So what are we going to talk about this week, Kyla? Last week's episode was a lot about sports. Now, I don't want people out there to get the wrong impression that that's all we do is sit at home all day and talk about sports, because that is the furthest thing from the truth.
I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression about us liking sports, but that's how we're going to start off this video, by talking about sports.
Okay.
Alright, so one of you guys have commented and they wanted me to answer a question. That they wanted me to answer how I thought Dak Prescott's performance was.
Dak got drafted to the NFL to the worst team you could possibly get drafted to play for.
Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. You see, we are a 49ers family.
You see that? Quest for 6. We still don't have our 6th championship though.
No, we don't.
Because Colin Kaepernick and Michael Crabtree couldn't connect on a pass in the end zone to win the game. Nobody, the only thing people remember about that Super Bowl anyway.
Beyonce.
Beyonce. What did she do?
She did that.
She cut the lights off.
She did that.
Y'all see how I still have my Beyonce Sports Illustrated
swimsuit
magazine cover?
Yes,
magazine.
I'm currently working on trying to make him get rid of it.
Why would you want me to get rid of it?
Because I do not like seeing a woman.
Beyonce.
I do not like seeing a woman's body.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Even though it's in the living room on display, don't look at it.
Just please cut it out.
Cut it out.
That's not how you do it.
How you do it?
Just cut it out.
Cut it out.
Better just.
How you do it? Cut it out. How you do it?
Viewers, tell them how to do it.
No, you got to do it one more time.
I can't explain it.
Do it one more time. Cut it out.
All right, back to the main point. I was asked by a viewer, how did I think that Dak Prescott's performance was? To be honest, I kind of felt like he still played like a college kid because I noticed that when he was throwing the ball, he was still kind of slow like he was in college. I wasn't really expecting them to win. I was kind of expecting a loss, but I was also kind of hoping for the best because, again, I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Well, you got the best of both worlds. Dak Prescott had a good game. I think he was about 25 or 45 passing, over 200 passing yards. I think he had 227 passing yards. Didn't throw any touchdowns, but he did not throw any interceptions either. And had a good game for the Cowboys. Got them in position to win, but they lost the game. So best case scenario right there. Cowboys play well. Well, Dak plays well. Still lose the game.
Okay, so it was my first year playing basketball for my school, and
Fix your clothes, man.
yeah,
It's
it's messy swag.
It's messy. What is messy swag?
You don't understand.
Is it like a real thing?
You don't understand.
Is messy swag a real thing?
It's a thing that I made up, and it's a thing that I like.
So basically, it's your own little style that allows you to just be all whatever.
I have my own sense of style. I don't dress like everybody else.
Okay. So talk about the drug test.
Okay. So it was my first year playing basketball for my school, and it was the first time that they called out people for drug tests, like at the beginning of the year, and my name happened to be called. Now it's not. I didn't show any signs. Just so you know, I wasn't showing signs of being on drugs.
Well, I would hope not.
No, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
I would hope you wouldn't have any drugs in your
No,
system.
it's random. And so they just called up our names and we took a drug test. And there it was just kind of awkward because everybody just got up and sat down and they came out the bathroom with pee. They had a pee in a cup. It was like, ugh. And what made it weird was we had to use the men's bathroom because the girls' bathroom is so disgusting, which is really weird. Like, the girls' bathroom has poop on the floor, moths everywhere. It has ants on the wall. It has some sticky stuff on the floor. It's always out of paper towels. And it has like these giant dead wasp in the sink. And it has gum on the walls. It's just gross. I'm probably over exaggerating, but that's just what I saw when I went in there.
You do want to know why the boys' bathroom is so much cleaner?
Why?
Because boys pee standing up.
How do they aim?
Well, we're not gonna get into that conversation right now.
How do they doesn't it splatter?
You know, it doesn't splatter. It doesn't.
It doesn't?
No.
How did they aim? Like, it was so hard for me to pee in a cup. I'm like, how do I do this? Okay, it was just like when I went to go get my physical. Okay, how do I aim?
I can't help you with that one. I don't know. It was easier for us.
Okay, let's stop talking about pee because this is just getting weird.
So, last week we told you about this smart kid getting invited into Beta Club. Well, she came home with some news today that she got invited to be a part of this Duke University program, where she's going to go get tested to see if she is ready to start taking college level courses that will definitely help her get scholarship money, get accepted into a great school in the future. There's so many benefits of this program.
I do have to take a college SAT or MAP, whatever the heck it's called.
SAT?
Like, what's the other one?
I know the SAT and the ACT.
Yeah, I could choose to take either of those, and it's like a sort of test. They don't expect me to get the questions right, and they said it's like to see if I'm like teachable or whatever. The lady she kind of got me confused. To be honest, the lady got me confused. But apparently, I am extremely advanced in math because I'm already in advanced math and I'm in beta, and now I'm getting into this college level course because of math. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a math genius.
This teacher in the 4th grade at a school that she went to when we were living in Cordova outside of Memphis told me that Kyla, because Kyla wasn't in that dance class then, told me that Kyla maybe didn't need to be in that class and needed medication because she had trouble focusing. No, you had trouble teaching. You were not a good teacher. You were not a good instructor. You weren't good at educating the kids. Because this child right here, super gifted, without any kind of medication. So, parents, if you have a teacher that comes to you and tells you that your child may need to be medicated, before you jump to put them on any kind of medication for ADHD or anything like that, make sure it's not the teacher. It's not the teacher the reason the student is having problems and is struggling. Because, all teachers are not created equal. Especially the teacher in Atlanta, the Teacher Bay. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know Teacher Bay?
No.
Go type in Teacher Bay on Google. Yes, I just told Kyla to go type in Teacher Bay on Google.
What the heck is Teacher Bay?
You're about to find out. 4th grade teacher in Atlanta that people say is too sexy for the classroom.
Let me look up images.
There's Teacher Bay. What do you think? Kyle, okay, when you were in 4th grade, would you have been, click on that so you can see it. Her outfit's inappropriate for the classroom.
No. She's wearing very appropriate.
A lot of people are really calling out that one.
Seems like she's wearing very appropriate outfits. She just has a body type that's like.
She doesn't have a body type.
I think people don't like.
The body that I like.
Oh my gosh.
That's the body type.
Well, you know what? The pretty teachers usually teach best because they're like super confident. I had this teacher last year. She was the best math teacher ever. She was amazing. I loved her. And I didn't notice it because I don't notice women like men do. Ugh. Anyway, I didn't notice it, but I found out that almost all the boys in my class had a crush on the teacher. And I'm like, wait a second. So they weren't just like listening to her lessons. And so she was like my highest class, and I got put in advanced math because of her. And I loved that teacher. She was the best teacher in the world. She was like my school mom.
How long did the boys in the class do well, or did they all fail?
They did great because of her.
So,
Like, she used accents, she taught things very sweetly, and they apparently thought that she was pretty. I didn't see it. I mean, I just thought she was a woman, but they thought something different.
yeah, so it goes to show that it doesn't matter how, well, a teacher's attractiveness has no effect on their ability to do their job or their students' ability to concentrate in the classroom. There's a young lady, 18 years old, Tyler. She is suing her parents for posting photos of her on Facebook and social media. Now, according to this young lady, her parents have posted over 500 photos of her on social media. Photos from when she was a baby. Some of them she's naked in. Some of them she's taking a bath in. And she has sued her parents over the pictures. Now,
You can't sue your own parents for showing people your baby pictures?
apparently you can. You can sue somebody for anything these days. But I talked about this on
It costs
the news.
$20 to sue.
I talked about this on the news, and I actually brought up you because I said I may have to have you sign some kind of a confidentiality agreement to make sure that you're not going to sue me in the future for any
What?
photos that I may post of you on the internet.
You're not going to post any photos of me on the
Why
internet
are you grabbing that microphone?
because it's fun.
I have plenty of posters of you already posted on the internet.
Wait a second. What?
You
What?
know that. You know I have pictures of you already on the internet.
Wait a second. They're not going to be naked, are they?
Of course not.
Thank goodness. It's fine if I'm not taking a bath in any of those pictures.
So you guys, so this is proof. As long as I don't post any pictures of her taking a bath,
I probably won't sue him in the future.
Ole Miss is at home against Alabama. Ole Miss has beaten Alabama 2 years in a row. Last year, Chad Kelly was throwing all kind of crap in the air, and it was coming down in the hands of Ole Miss receivers, and they were scoring touchdowns. And that game was in Alabama, and Ole Miss went to Tuscaloosa and got that win. This time around, Saturday, Alabama's going to be in Oxford. Kylie, you think Ole Miss is going to beat Alabama for the third year in a row?
Ole Miss versus Alabama. Well, I don't like both teams, but I know that both teams are good.
They are.
I'm gonna say Alabama because I like Alabama better than Ole Miss, and you know I kind of always sort of like Alabama. I mean, I have respect for their team, and I think that they actually might win.
Oh, well, there you go. Great perspective right there. So, Mississippi State beat South Carolina Saturday, 27-14 in Starkville after that awful loss to South Alabama in the opening week. And the players eventually admitted that they lost focus in the second half of that game. They kind of slacked off, and that proved to be why they lost that football game. Mississippi State has a big game coming up this weekend in Baton Rouge, taking on LSU, an LSU team that is coming off a loss to Wisconsin. I mean, they had a win last week, but that loss to Wisconsin was horrible. A lot of people are starting to write LSU off. Les Miles, is he going to be back as the head coach next year? That's still in the air after the way they played the first two games of the season. A lot of folks are upset about the offense, saying the offense isn't working, they're not moving the ball well. My thoughts about that game is this, Colin. LSU plays right into the hands of Mississippi State's defense because they don't throw the ball well. They don't throw the ball a lot. Mississippi State cannot defend the pass. I mean, we saw that against South Alabama. When South Alabama started to throw the ball and get the ball out quick in the second half, they won. We saw that against South Carolina late in the second half. South Carolina started to get their passing game going, and Mississippi State was unable to do anything about that, and South Carolina started to score some points. They still ended up winning the game. LSU, on the other hand, they virtually have no passing game. They have Leonard Fournette, Heisman Trophy candidate. He's awesome. He's going to be tough to stop. Can't forget what happened last year at Starkville. Fournette ran all over the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Basically, his coming out party. of being a Heisman Trophy candidate that year. The season didn't end that great for Fournette, but it started well against Mississippi State. Intriguing matchup because the Bulldogs played LSU well. The last time they were in Baton Rouge, they won, but they had Dak Prescott. And with that being said, I'm going to end on this note.
No, please don't. I'm begging you. Do not end on this
Have
note.
a great day.
Do not end on this.
Day.
This is the worst note to end off on, like ever.
Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna end off on jazz hands.
You know what I'm going to end up with? Cut it out.
Look, I have a microphone in my chest. See? Want to see my little microphone? You see? There it is. It's this little black thing right here. It's a microphone. It's a tiny little microphone that I can just speak into. And see? It's super close to my mouth, so even if I whisper, it sounds really loud. Da-da-da-da-da.